In today's noisy world, silence often feels like a distant, almost unattainable dream. We're surrounded by constant distractions, endless notifications, social media updates, and the hum of daily life. Yet, within the teachings of Buddhism, silence is not something to be feared or avoided. In fact, silence is seen as one of the most powerful tools for personal transformation, inner peace, and enlightenment. What if I told you that cultivating silence could change your life? That within the quiet, you could unlock wisdom, heal old wounds, and experience profound spiritual growth? The power of silence is an ancient practice that goes beyond mere absence of sound. It's a doorway to deeper understanding and connection with yourself and the world around you. In today's video, we'll dive deep into the power of silence as taught in Buddhism. We'll explore how practicing silence can help you reconnect with your true nature, how it can dissolve negativity, and how it can lead to breakthroughs in your life that you never thought possible. Stay tuned until the end, because we'll also share practical tips on how to incorporate silence into your daily routine, even in the midst of a busy world. If you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into ancient wisdom and spiritual growth. Now let's explore the transformative power of silence together. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, our minds become cluttered with noise, both external and internal. We're constantly bombarded by information, opinions, and demands, which leaves little room for introspection or calm. According to Buddhist teachings, the practice of silence is a way to quiet this chaos and return to a state of inner peace. In Buddhism, silence is not just the absence of sound, it's about cultivating a stillness of mind, a state where we are no longer carried away by thoughts, emotions, or external distractions. This inner silence allows us to connect with our true nature, the peaceful and compassionate core that lies beneath the surface of our daily concerns. One of the key teachings in Buddhism is the concept of nirvana, which is often described as the ultimate state of peace and liberation from suffering. While achieving nirvana may seem like a distant goal, the practice of silence can offer glimpses of this peaceful state. In moments of silence, we are able to step back from the constant chatter of the mind and experience a sense of spaciousness and tranquility. Try starting your day with a few minutes of silence. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and simply focus on your breath. As thoughts arise, gently let them go and return to the present moment. Over time, you'll notice a greater sense of calm and clarity, even in the midst of a busy day. Have you ever noticed that some of life's most profound insights come when we stop trying to figure things out? When we allow ourselves to sit in silence without searching for answers, the truth often reveals itself. Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of turning inward to listen to our inner wisdom. In the stillness of silence, we can access a deeper level of understanding that goes beyond the surface of everyday thoughts and concerns. This inner wisdom, or prajna, is always available to us, but it's often drowned out by the noise of daily life. In silence, we create space for this wisdom to emerge. Instead of constantly seeking external validation or guidance, we learn to trust our own inner voice. This doesn't mean that we ignore the advice of others, but rather that we become more attuned to our own intuition and insight. The Buddha himself often retreated into silence to gain clarity and wisdom. Before his enlightenment, he spent long periods in meditation and silence, seeking answers within rather than relying on external sources. His journey teaches us that silence is not just an absence of noise, it's an active practice of listening deeply to the truths that reside within us. The next time you're faced with a difficult decision or problem, try sitting in silence for a few moments before seeking advice or acting impulsively. Allow your inner wisdom to arise naturally, and you may be surprised by the clarity and insight it offers. You might wonder, how can silence be connected to compassion? Isn't compassion about taking action and helping others? While that's true, silence plays a vital role in cultivating true compassion, both for ourselves and for others. In Buddhist teachings, compassion, or karuna, is one of the central qualities that we are encouraged to cultivate. But before we can offer genuine compassion to others, we must first learn to be compassionate with ourselves. And one of the best ways to do that is through the practice of silence. When we take time to be silent, we can become more aware of our own suffering and needs. We create a space where we can acknowledge our pain, our fears, and our struggles without judgment. In silence, we offer ourselves the gift of acceptance and understanding, which is the foundation of self-compassion. Silence also allows us to listen more deeply to others. In conversations, we're often so focused on what we're going to say next that we fail to truly hear the other person. By practicing mindful silence, we can become better listeners, offering our full presence and attention to those who need it. This kind of deep listening is a profound act of compassion, as it shows others that we value and care for them. The next time you find yourself in a conversation, practice mindful silence by really listening to the other person without interrupting or planning your response. This creates a space of compassion and understanding, strengthening your connection with others. In Buddhist monastic traditions, there is a practice known as noble silence. This is a specific kind of silence observed during meditation retreats or other spiritual practices, where participants refrain not only from speaking, but also from engaging in non-verbal communication, such as gestures or writing. Noble silence is more than just a rule to follow. It's a practice designed to help individuals turn inward and focus on their inner journey. Without the distractions of conversation or external communication, practitioners can fully immerse themselves in the present moment and deepen their meditation practice. The power of noble silence lies in its ability to strip away the noise and busyness of everyday life, allowing us to see things as they really are. When we are silent, we are better able to observe our thoughts, emotions, and reactions without becoming entangled in them. This can lead to profound insights and breakthroughs as we begin to see the patterns and habits that keep us stuck in cycles of suffering. For those who are new to the practice of noble silence, it can be challenging at first. We're so used to filling every moment with conversation or activity that silence can feel uncomfortable or even overwhelming. But over time, as we become more accustomed to silence, we start to experience its benefits: greater clarity, peace, and a deeper connection to ourselves and the present moment. If you're interested in experiencing the power of noble silence, consider attending a meditation retreat or setting aside a day for silence at home. During this time, refrain from speaking, texting, or using technology, and instead focus on being fully present with yourself and your surroundings. One of the key teachings in Buddhism is the concept of anatta, or the doctrine of no self. This teaching suggests that the self, as we commonly understand it, is an illusion. Our sense of self is constructed from our thoughts, beliefs, and experiences, but it is not a fixed or permanent entity. The ego, or the sense of I and mine, is the source of much of our suffering. We become attached to our identities, our possessions, and our achievements, believing that they define who we are. But in reality, the ego is like a cloud, ever-changing and insubstantial. Silence offers a powerful way to dissolve the ego and reconnect with our true nature. When we are silent, we are no longer feeding the ego with constant thoughts, judgments, and desires. Instead, we create space for the ego to dissolve, allowing us to experience a deeper sense of connection with the world around us. In the stillness of silence, we can begin to see that the boundaries between self and other are fluid and illusory. This realization can lead to a profound sense of freedom, as we let go of the need to protect or defend the ego and instead embrace the interconnectedness of all beings. During your meditation practice, pay attention to the thoughts and stories that arise about I and me. Notice how these thoughts come and go and how they don't define your true nature. With time, you'll begin to experience the freedom that comes from releasing the grip of the ego. In the journey toward enlightenment, silence plays a crucial role. The Buddha himself often emphasized the importance of silence in the path to awakening. He taught that true wisdom cannot be found in words alone, but must be experienced directly through silence and stillness. Enlightenment, or bodhi, is the realization of the true nature of reality. It's the moment when we wake up from the illusion of separation and see the world with clear, compassionate eyes. This awakening is not something that can be explained or intellectualized. It must be experienced in the depths of silence. Throughout history, many enlightened beings have shared the same message: that the ultimate truth is beyond words. Words can point to the truth, but they can never fully capture it. Silence, on the other hand, allows us to directly experience the truth without the limitations of language. If you're seeking spiritual growth, consider incorporating periods of silence into your practice. Whether through meditation, silent retreats, or simply moments of quiet reflection, silence can open the door to deeper insights and a greater understanding of your true nature. In addition to its spiritual benefits, silence also has profound healing properties. Many ancient cultures, including those influenced by Buddhism, recognized the healing power of silence and used it as a tool for physical, emotional, and mental well-being. When we're constantly exposed to noise, whether it's the chatter of our own minds or the external sounds of daily life, it can create stress and tension in the body. Silence, on the other hand, has been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce stress hormones, and promote overall well-being. In Buddhist traditions, silence is often used as a form of healing meditation. By sitting in silence and focusing on the breath, practitioners can release emotional blockages, calm the mind, and promote physical healing. The stillness of silence allows the body and mind to enter a state of deep relaxation, which is essential for healing on all levels. Buddhist insight. If you're dealing with stress, anxiety, or physical ailments, consider incorporating silent meditation into your daily routine. Even a few minutes of silence each day can have a powerful impact on your overall health and well-being. At its core, Buddhism teaches the importance of mindfulness, being fully present in the moment without judgment or attachment. Silence is one of the most effective ways to cultivate mindfulness, as it allows us to turn our attention inward and become more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations. When we're silent, we can observe the flow of our thoughts without getting caught up in them. We can become more aware of our habitual patterns and reactions and begin to let go of those that no longer serve us. Silence creates a space for mindfulness to flourish, as we learn to be fully present with whatever arises in the moment. In Buddhist mindfulness meditation, silence is not about escaping from the world, but about fully embracing it. Through silence, we can become more attuned to the subtleties of life, the sound of the wind, the feeling of the breath, the beating of the heart. In this state of heightened awareness, we can experience the beauty and richness of each moment, just as it is. As you go about your day, practice moments of mindful silence. Whether it's during a meal, a walk, or even while doing chores, take a few moments to be fully present with your surroundings, without the need for words or distractions. Embracing the power of silence. In the modern world, silence is often seen as a luxury, something that we rarely have time for in our busy lives. But as we've explored in this video, silence is much more than a lack of noise. It's a powerful tool for personal transformation, healing, and spiritual growth. Through the teachings of Buddhism, we learn that silence can help us reconnect with our true nature, dissolve the ego, and cultivate compassion and mindfulness. It can lead us to profound insights, healing, and ultimately to a greater sense of peace and contentment in our lives. By embracing silence, we open the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We learn to listen, not just to the sounds of the world, but to the wisdom that resides within each of us. In this space of silence, we find the clarity and strength to walk the path of spiritual awakening and live with greater purpose and joy. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the power of silence and other Buddhist teachings, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences with silence in the comments below. Your insights can inspire others on their journey toward inner peace and enlightenment. Until next time, may you find peace in the stillness, and may silence guide you on your path to wisdom and awakening.